Hey there guys, how's it going? Jack Reaper here, and we're back in Fallout 4 and we're going to be doing another small survival build, another player home. This time we're at Sunshine Tidings, the place, the home of is it Professor Goodfeels? Oh, Mr. Goodfeels, I can't remember, one of the two. The little robot, the little hippie robot. Hey, it's cool, man. Is walking around here, flying around here all the time. Sadly, he disappears, and he's actually gone by the time I'd done all this work. But for this settlement, I've used the centre little barn or warehouse, or I suppose it's more of a barn in the middle of Sunshine Tidings. You'll recognise that the sign up on the top there, and there's also the signage around on the side as we get around there. But I've completely fortified this place and using the USO mod, put all the trees and different things all around it as well to make it nice and hidden, so on a night time can't really be seen from anything on the outside like we like to do with these. Obviously they're not a little town protected by settlers all the time. These places are going to be all locked up and left while we go scavenging around the wasteland. So this place I've tried to like barricade it in a way I believe that the settler or the survivor would, in by I think he would do as many things like sandbags and any containers that he could find around and manage to shift over here. It's got as much automated defence as I can with all the machine gun turrets around the outside, as you'll see as we go around. But he's also adopted the same kind of thing as what a raider would do. Now, we've seen him doing it across the Commonwealth, putting up all the metal poles and things. So what he's done is he's adopted that, put them also around. So anyone that's coming over here and may think maybe a scavenger or whatever is looking to loot the place will think, oh, hold on, no, this is a raider base here, I better not mess with that. And before getting too close, that might repel some people from coming and interfering with over here. So rather than actually being a raider, that's the way he's trying to use it as a visual defense sort of thing, if you know what I mean. So around this side again, more fallen trees and just different bits and pieces, stuff more like obstacles, in order if we're trying to get actually over to the barn. Be quite hard. Also got the cooking station out the front here. You'll see it a little bit better when we switch. Kind of went all over with the camera there, getting knocked around by rocks and trees. So we'll fade over to the night time. Take a look at it from the top of these steps, so you just notice at the bottom of the screen. Ignore them, just what I'm stood on to get a reasonable angle on the actual. See what I mean? From outside it's quite dark, definitely from a distance, or even the Brotherhood vertibirds flying over, I was going to call them helicopters, flying above. It's going to be quite hard for them to see and notice unless they have some kind of infrared, in which there's no really stopping them being able to see in that case. But with the naked eye, it's quite an obstacle, quite a challenge to see it in the dark, which is exactly what I was going for. And I quite like how all the foliage, again using the USO mod to put all the trees and bushes and plants and all the different things around it as well, which have grown over the years since this place has been made. A few generations have lived here by the looks of things. I've slowly built this place up. Yeah, I quite enjoy how the final. I had this idea years ago to do like something based off this main building in the middle. It just turned into a bit of a mess. I hadn't really done too much building at that point. I don't even think I still have the build on my on any of my save games. But I quite enjoyed how this one turned out. Trying to stick with just that main part in the middle as it is the main settlement. On the outsides, I had put 2 square foundations across the doorways and took the doors out. This was to allow a little bit extra space within inside the actual barn. And from the distance, I've just got a view here from the distance. We'll do it again at the night time as well. Just try and get past this tree. Again showing it's quite nicely hidden, but I feel like it blends in quite well while still having that defensive structure of all the sandbags and different things around. Let's have a little look at it at the night time. The only main source of light is from that main front door, but he's put a little L-shaped wall and bush around there, trying to diffuse some of the light coming from there, so anything from a distance can't really make it out. I quite like how that turned out. The only thing is, obviously, as it is a Bethesda game, there's a bit of a weird lighting glitch, I would really call it, with where obviously inside you can see where you've got the fan light on the roof. Well, that's actually showing on the outside of the building, so realistically that wouldn't be showing through the metal plating of the walls, but it does show actually on the game. So that's no. I'm just trying to ignore that and pretend that's not actually happening. And there you go. You can see a vertibird flying above, just gonna fly off and think there's nothing going on. I could have done really putting some trees around, but being on the PS4 to fill out the area a little bit more, make it more into like a camping area rather than a farm, with trees dotted all over the place, kind of filling the area. But the reason I haven't done that is frame rate. The USO trees, because they move and they like you can see there, they're moving around. They affect the frame rate quite badly. They must have a lot of triangles in them, I'm not sure. Again, there with the light on the outside, you can see it through, but it's from the light on the inside, so there's really nothing I could do about it to cover it over. But in realistic terms, that wouldn't actually be there. Another little look from the outside here. You can see how much some trees are moving on that view. Little scan across this front end. This is the side you tend to see when you come in from the road. Two nice machine gun turrets on the top of a container, all protected by sandbags and railings and cinder blocks up at the top there. So we'll take a little walk now up to the front door and we'll take a little look inside. Going through, there's only the one way in, the one way out. Again, vertibird flying over above. Maybe he suspects there's something to come amiss with the fire from the food preparation area outside here. So I've actually, the first time I've used these the chain link fence with the curve at the top, and I think it worked out quite nicely. I quite like how that putting the gate up on the front there as well. So there's that food preparation area right behind the cinder block wall there, protecting the light from showing too far off into the outskirts of the area. So here we've got a gate on the front. That door should be locked, but I'd set up the laser tripwire you'll see at the bottom here. I'd already set this up, so I couldn't actually get over to shut that door. But normally, obviously, you'd lock that door, you'd arm the tripwire, and should someone come running through trying to attack, to be met with a wall of flames. The only thing is, I would recommend, if you were going to build this yourselves, to put in the machine gun turrets in there or something like that, because although yes, I do like the look of the fire coming out the out the chain link fence, and that was the idea behind it, the practicality of trying to actually get back in there to rearm them is now going to be a nightmare. I don't think they'll ever get rearmed again, because me actually managing to get into that building will be a pain in the backside. So we come on in here and it's completely changed all inside. We've got a machine gun turret just to the right hand side of the door here as you come through. So if you do manage to get past the flames, maybe only a couple of your friends die and you manage to make it through the door, well, that machine gun turret's going to pop one straight in your face and you are done fucked, man. Right, so we've got posters, everything all up on the walls, even a basketball hoop there at the top, making it look nice and cluttered. He's got a little seating area here, and then his kitchen across the back end there when you first come in, and then on the left hand side there's a gate and it goes into like the workbench area and all that sort of stuff that you can see there. I've also put up this concrete wall on the opposite side of the machine gun, so it doesn't just shoot all the workbenches when it tears straight through the assailant. So he's also managed to rig up this set of ladders over the top of the chain link fence, creating an area to get up to here and a way of getting up to here. And up here he's got loads of storage and different things that he doesn't use all the time, but he's just keeping them up here. Also got some extra ammo and chems and different things. And then also there's a generator up here, nice and protected. Probably the last place anyone breaking in is going to get to, so his power isn't going to be shut down too quickly. And anyone from the outside doesn't know whereabouts within the actual building it is, so hopefully he should be able to maintain power and his defences for the longest period possible, because once I've got into here it doesn't really matter anymore, I guess. Look down into the actual home there. So we look up, and underneath them steps is, well, them ladders, is where we go into the workbench area. We'll take a little look in there now, and as you can see the generator up on the top there. So we've got the main workbench exactly where it always was, and then once you go past the workbench, now where we're turning into, we've got the power armor workstation, and that's actually in one of them little add-ons. So we've got one square there, one square foundation on the just behind it, which we'll pan round to now. And yeah, I think it worked out quite nice. Got all the tools, they've got paint, they've got all the different things that they might need, all the materials, and we've got the back of the weapons workbench there. We'll just have a little scan down onto that. Again, more stuff all piled up, all the different things that they might need, the tools and the oil and everything there. I think it looks quite nice, all cluttered up. Don't really know what they're going to be using a handsaw. Maybe it's for breaking in some of these wooden boxes, the handsaw, because I don't think they'll be using it. Well, I suppose maybe on the pipe weaponry they could use it. They use a bit of wood, don't they, I suppose. Got a little pop in off the workbench there. Ignore that. We go around, then just behind the weapons workbench is our armor workbench. If I can get around this gate, there we go. Got some mods there sitting around and more tools and different things, all cluttered about. Little clipboard there, I quite like them clipboards. And then we've got the kitchen area. So I couldn't fit a chemistry workbench, so I've actually got that, which a USO mod gives you. It's like that washing machine. That is actually the chem workstation in here. And then he's got all his food, his coffee, different packaged foods and all that sort of stuff out on the kitchen worktop. The Abraxo cleaner there for cleaning everything up. He's got a pile of dirty dishes, well, dirty trays, and his pans, toaster, everything that he needs right here. And that oven actually works, well, not the oven, but the grill on the hob on the top works as a cooking workstation thanks to USO mod as well. So around the back of the kitchen we've got the living area. We've got a dog bowl there just in case dog meat decides to come on over with us. Got some paperwork, magazines, an ashtray there, and all the cups and different things that you would just chill out and relax with. Just a little area to take it easy on an evening before heading off to bed. And then we've got all the paperwork and all the different things that he's found around the Commonwealth, and he's going through all that trying to find any clues for where there might be good scrap or secret stashes or anything like that. So he's working his way through, cataloguing everything, trying to make a history of what happened pre-war as well. We've got a nice desk here, different bits and pieces that he's found and using out on the desk. Stim pack there just in case. Some chems on the next shelf up, and then we've got the Mentats there where he's working. This is actually the original computer that was in here. I've just swapped the walls around so it's on the other side. And desk fan and a little chem area here as well. Got some blueprints even out on the top there. Maybe he's thinking of making some outside. And then there's a little chem area here just for knocking a few chems together should you need some extra for going out into the Commonwealth. Electric I've put right across the centre of the roof, going down the centre, because things turned out quite nice, and I haven't had to glitch it through or anything because, again, on the other side where his bedroom is, which we'll head to in a second, that's just only one square off, so the ambient power reaches into there quite nicely. Quite like that picture on the wall as well of the snowy mountain. So we'll head down now. He's just got a curtain for a door in his bedroom. No one else lives here, just him, so he's not too bothered. He's got a couple of the red stag heads on the roof that he's been hunting. And I like with all the just random signage on the walls, so I've gone quite wild with that all over the place. He's got his picture up on the wall that he got out of one of the cabins, another one at the back. Everything's just been kind of scavenged from around here. He's got a safe there for keeping stuff safe while he's obviously not around. And we've put all the signs and everything onto the walls, and I quite like how that turned out. I wish they weren't floating as much, but there's nothing really I can do about that, because if you do, for on the off chance get them to come through, the wood beams clip back through. So we'll imagine he's got some clear perspex down there or something. Little desk area there with some drinks on and different things. He's got some clothes out, and a helmet, and the silver shroud hat and the general hat was on the other side as well. Got an alarm clock there for getting him up. Magazine next to the bed where he's been chilling in bed. Another look from this side, little seating area in his bedroom as well. So this place turned out quite nice, all cluttered and done up. and I'm really happy with how it turned out. We'll take another little look across the camp, and that'll be the end of the settlement, across the interior. And that'll be the end of the tour, guys. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't already, why not subscribe and hit that bell notification to find out when everything's coming out. Now, this series usually comes out every Sunday at 12 o'clock. However, sorry to let you know, I'll be letting next week slide because I'm working on a pretty big settlement build over at Coastal Cottage. So hopefully you can all look forward to that the week after, and then we'll jump back into this series. Otherwise, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later. Bye bye.